So for this video, it isn't anything exciting, as you can tell from the title. We will be talking about the 3 elemental domains, all on stage 5. So it isn't anything exciting, mainly because we are 4 weeks into the server, or at least on my server. And there are a lot of videos out there made by other content creators. So at this point, I'm sure everyone is able to clear every single domain of stage 5 with no problems whatsoever. Though because our 2 biggest videos were about the domains, I figured that we might as well make another for the domains that I missed out on. So let's get right into it. For the Frost domain, there's not much to say about this domain. On my previous video we did this on stage 4, though there really isn't much of a difference between stage 4 and 5. If your heroes are in the low 90s, you will realize that the boss does a lot of damage and you are unable to out-heal that damage. So free to play wise, the best heroes to bring in are Irina and Sigrid. And for the formation, you would want to have all your heroes all lined up at the back. This is so that when your tank gets knocked back, your other heroes won't be targeted. So initially when I cleared this stage using Irina for the first time, her attack penalty too mattered a lot. You may not notice it from this replay because of how overleveled we are, but when your characters are level 90, the boss will slowly whittle your HP down without the attack penalty 2. So yeah, just constantly apply that attack penalty 2 debuff on the boss, and cast your spells after the boss's shield runs out. And that's it. Stage 5 Frost domain done. Moving on to Tempest domain. So, Tempest domain. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. We won't be getting into Tempest domain. I'm sure everyone is aware of this, but for those who aren't, we have a video on how we did Tempest domain stage 5. So feel free to check it out. I'll leave a link somewhere on the video. So now, the final domain, the Flame domain. I'm sure everyone is probably aware of the lineup with Adri. Like if we look into the replays, oh, okay, do not look at that replay on the top. Okay, okay, I ran Fitz on my previous run just to test things out with Irina, and trust me, this lineup is really bad. The only reason we managed to clear this is because we ran legendary gear. Like, okay, legendary, and legendary gear. So ignoring that lineup, as you can see, everyone is running the Adri lineup on this Flame domain, and in my opinion, this is the best lineup. It was made by Steel Gaming, and his lineup is way better than mine. And the reason I say this is that our lineup only functions with 2 max level characters. So if you don't have Adri, or like me, you do not want to spend XP pots on her, you can try this lineup, but only if you have level 100 on your Traveler and Usha. Otherwise, I recommend you to just level your Adri to level 90, because the resources that you need for 2 level 100s is way too much. So, you might be wondering, why did I make this lineup? Well, I was curious to see if we could manage to clear this dungeon without Adri. And the answer is yes and no. So yes being because, well, we cleared the dungeon with this lineup. And no because we need 2 max level heroes. And in my opinion, being max level is pretty much the same as having legendary gear on, which defeats the purpose of this video, which is trying to clear all these domains with epic gear only and being mid level 90s or low level 90s. So I'm gonna remind everyone once more that this lineup is not worth using because we have to spend way too much in order to get way too little compared to the other lineup, the Adri lineup. So our main focus on this Flame domain will be using skills efficiently. This is gonna help anyone who's having trouble clearing this domain on time. And something that I was testing, can we survive a boss nuke without clearing the debuffs. So the first two battles, there are enemies who can apply attack penalty debuffs. So what you want to do is manually cast Anna's ultimate to dispel those debuffs. And that is pretty much it for the first two battles. Just dispel the attack penalties and you will clear this way quicker. And moving on to the boss fight. So, this lineup. With 3 healers, we are really lacking in DPS. So the main thing that we are going to be focusing on is survivability. And to answer our question earlier, can we survive a boss nuke without dispelling the debuffs? And the answer is yes. Although it was close, we barely survived the nuke. With that being said, this concludes my Flame Domain adventure of testing different lineups and different heroes. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bro!